Good morning, and welcome to our wellness weekend at the World of Wellness at 2419 Baldwick Road in Pittsburgh, PA. I am so honored to be here today to be able to share with you my passion, which is soul intelligence. Who am I, first of all? If you haven't seen me before, my name is Kristine Genovese, and I'm the Chief Growth Officer for Nutritional Frontiers and the World of Wellness. And I'm also the creator of the Soul Intelligence Method. And I'm going to share with you why I believe soul intelligence is the ultimate biohack. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about some of the doctors that I've worked with in functional medicine, their patients, case studies, and why this method works and the science behind it. So I just want everybody to kind of get themselves into a really comfortable space. It's a little chilly here in Pittsburgh this morning, although I guess it is warming up. I think it was 27 instead of 25 when I got up this morning, but it's a little chillier than where I usually hang out in Florida. But that kind of gets you in the Christmas spirit, at least it does for me. Brings back lots of really good memories. So if you're in the Pittsburgh area and you'd like to join us this morning at the World of Wellness, we are having huge holiday sales. And wouldn't it be great to give your loved ones the gift of wellness this weekend and for Christmas or any of the holidays that you celebrate at this time of year? I know my life has been enriched since joining Nutritional Frontiers. As a matter of fact, a colleague who hasn't seen me in a couple of weeks goes, "Did you lose weight?" I'm like, "Well, actually, I'm maintaining, and it's all in the right spots right now." So I'm feeling really good about that. So if you're thinking about gifts for the holidays, being able to give somebody the gift of health and help them improve how they live and their lifestyle is incredible. So we hope to see you. The other thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about my book. It's called Healing Through Soul Intelligence. Oh, as I smash everything for poor Phil. So this is my book. It's called Healing Through Soul Intelligence. I do have copies available here, and I will be doing a book signing today at the World of Wellness until this afternoon. So if you're interested, you can come down and get a book here. This week was a pretty big week for me. My book not only went live on Amazon in book form, but you can also get it on Kindle and the Audible version, which I recorded in a studio out in Los Angeles when I was doing a book signing out there. So super, super exciting. So what is soul intelligence and what does all this mean? Well, soul intelligence has been pretty life-changing for me and many others. How many of you have ever felt stuck? Like something is just holding you back from achieving everything you want to achieve, but you just can't quite figure out what that is. Well, there was actually a time when I felt like I was doing everything right. I was achieving, I was succeeding, but inside I really felt exhausted and disconnected. And it wasn't until I discovered the power of this method, energy healing, that I found a way back to myself. So today I'm going to explore with you what soul intelligence is, and we're going to this is going to be experiential today. So even if you're catching me live on the internet, on any of our channels, then you're going to be able to experience the method firsthand today. So to describe soul intelligence, I have an analogy in the book that I'm going to share with you, and it's a little bit more expanded in the book, but imagine yourself as like this captain of a magnificent ship, and you have the tools to navigate the ship, your IQ, your intelligence, and the ability to read the waters, kind of feel things out. That's your emotional intelligence. But what if there's a deeper magnetic pull, really a compass that guides you when the waters get really rough and you lose the ability to use the controls of the ship? That's really what I talk about when I talk about your soul intelligence. It's your inner knowing and your true north. So how do you get in touch with that? A lot of times we can't because we have so much stuff and we don't slow down enough to be able to tap into that soul intelligence. So when I talk about soul intelligence, I usually describe it to people as everybody can understand IQ, right? Our intelligence, the intellect, that's the electromagnetic spark, the electric spark in the electromagnetic field. Everything starts on the inside first. So the IQ is the intellect, that's the spark. Then emotional intelligence or emotions are what magnetizes things to you and brings things into you and collapses that particle field in the electromagnetic field, that magnetic wave, and brings things to you. That's why Einstein even said that the future of medicine was vibration, right? We are all energy. We are all protons, neutrons, electrons vibrating, right? And we have these electromagnetic fields. The electromagnetic fields exist with the physical body, the emotional body, the energetic bodies. Okay, so that means energy can get stuck in people, places, or things, just like it can get stuck in your physical, mental, and emotional bodies. Just because we don't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist, right? We know what all the universal laws say. So, as above, so below, right? What starts within is also reflected outside. So there's a lot of science behind the soul intelligence method and why it works. And ultimately, what it does is it moves stuck energy, emotions, self-limiting beliefs, old destructive patterns, unresolved trauma up and out of the body. Our physical body is really our barometer as to what's going on and what's going wrong a lot of times in the body. So soul intelligence really helps you release all of those things so that you can feel lighter, clearer, and more aligned with who you are. And so you can tap into that inner knowing. But when we have all of this stuff kind of layered on top, it's really hard to hear those things. You know, if you think about your day, how many things are coming at you, you know, whether that's like people pinging you on the phone or emails or work that you have to do, or your kids need your attention, your spouse needs your attention, all of this stuff that's constantly coming at you, let alone all the stuff that's available on, you know, social media or the regular media. Everything that's coming at you kind of bombards you, and we get caught up in the day-to-day, and we often forget about how important it is to go within and to really tap into that inner knowing. Believe it or not, everything we need to heal is within inside ourselves. And everything starts with that internal spark. So I'm going to have you do a little exercise with me now. So I want you to think, what is one word? If you could just narrow down everything going on in your life right now to one word, what would you say describes your life right now? Just think about that for a second. If you could only characterize your life in one word. You know, it's really interesting. There's an exercise that I do with our team every year, because as the Chief Growth Officer, I have the ability to be all of me here at Nutritional Frontiers in the World of Wellness, which is amazing. And I get to share my methods because as Chief Growth Officer, I'm in charge of all growth operations. Well, that includes people, right? Leadership, coaching, development, in addition to all the growth operations of the business, whether that's sales or marketing, education, events, all of the great things that we do to educate people on how to heal themselves. So at the beginning of every year, I have people choose a word that they want to experience and then see how that word shows up for you throughout the course of the year. So I will share with you mine. Mine was soaring. Holy moly, did my life soar this year in a big way. I'm so blessed that I was able to release my book, that I've been able to speak in such platforms with the likes of Jim Quick, who's an amazing expert in mental health and energy and vibration. I've been able to do lots of amazing things with the backing of the LA Tribune, including the endorsement of my book. I've been able to stand and speak with functional medicine doctors and sell out all my books at our professional training event in October, which was sold out months ahead. Everything has been soaring. We have had a record year here in Pittsburgh and through Nutritional Frontiers, and all of our team has been experiencing soaring in different ways. So my word really showed up for me in the best way possible. But if we bring that back down to just how we're feeling right now and pick one word that really resonates how you feel. How do you feel right now? I'm going to give you a second to just close your eyes and go within and feel into your body. Especially if there's a stuckness in your body or an energy, an emotion. Kind of feel into that and where it might resonate in your body. Did you come up with one? So for me, I feel a little stiffness in my neck and shoulder area. And that typically means like I feel like I have the weight of the world on my shoulders when it's really intense, but it's only a little bit right now. So I'm thinking to myself, who in my life is a pain in the neck right now? I am sure if you know who you are. All right. So if you think about what that energy is, your body is the barometer that's trying to tell you what's going on. And the reason I know that is our bodies, our physical bodies, actually act like our subconscious mind. It really is the reflection of our subconscious mind. So we talk about the mind. 5% of our mind is conscious. Okay, that's what we're aware of. That's where we do all that strategizing, thinking, planning, calculating, and where we spend most of our time if you think about it. Yet, 95% of the time, what's running the show is our subconscious mind. And that's where our emotions get stuck. Okay, and emotion is supposed to be energy in motion, which means we are, as humans, we're supposed to experience emotions. It's how we sense, it's how we feel in the world. But most of us were taught to stuff those emotions down, suck it up, right? There's no crying in baseball. You're not allowed to show emotion in work. And I know for me, a lot of my career prior to coming to Nutritional Frontiers and the World of Wellness, I worked a lot in corporate America, very large corporations. And there was a culture of masculinity, okay? And you weren't supposed to show emotions at work. And you were basically supposed to act kind of like a robot in essence, right? Nothing bothered us. And that's completely counter to how our bodies operate. So suppressing all of those emotions actually affected me physically at one point. Because I had grown up, believing that being a woman was weak, that emotions showed your weakness when you showed your emotions. I started to think, not really appreciate that I was a woman. And so I tried to act more like a man. I noticed my speech patterns changed. I probably used a lot more vulgar language than I would have otherwise, although I am from New York, so it's kind of innate. But in general, I tried to act more like a man because I noticed, growing up in corporate America and that culture, that that's what was respected. And that's what I felt I had to do in order to succeed. In addition, I grew up during a time where women had to fight to get the same amount of pay to do the same job. And so I always felt like I had to do more. I had to overachieve in order to get recognized or move up and get promoted. And so I wound up pushing all of those emotions down and negating the fact that I was a woman. Almost like, I can't believe I'm a woman. How could I be a woman, And so all those emotions got pushed down into my cervix, okay? And the cervix in a woman is actually your womb, right? Where you birth babies. It's also where you birth businesses and ideas. So energetically, that is the seat of our creation for a woman. And for a man, it's the same place. It's the sacral chakra. The first chakra is your root at the base of your spine, and the next one is between your hips where we have our sexual organs. So I had stuffed all of this energy down there, and what happened was I got diagnosed with cervical cancer. And as soon as I got that diagnosis, I'll never forget, I was in the OBGYN's office, and she had done an in-office procedure, and the results came back, and she said, there are too many cells that are abnormal. So we need to put you into the hospital and do what we call a conical biopsy, where they're going to cut more of the cervix away to see, how far the abnormal cells had spread. So between the time I went to that appointment and the time I was scheduled in the doctor's office, I was like, okay, I'm going to shift this. There's no way this is going to be. There's no way I'm going to hold on to this, and it's not mine. So I'm going to get to the root of what caused this. And that's one of the reasons why I love functional medicine so much. We're always focused on the root cause. What's causing the dissonance in the frequency, the dis-ease within the body, or the dysfunction in the body? Again, our bodies are our subconscious minds, so they're telling us what we need to shift. So I went to every healer I heard about, knew about, researched, and I had to figure out what was going on with me. How did I do this to myself? Because we create it internally, and that's what affects us externally. So when our body starts to go haywire, it's telling us that we've got to do something differently. And the one thing that I've definitely learned since joining Nutritional Frontiers is the body can heal itself as long as you give it what it needs. And so we need to support our bodies physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, because ultimately we're energy. And so energy, once it's created, can't be destroyed. It's got to go somewhere. And so unfortunately, the energy that I created about devaluing myself as a woman went right down to my cervix. So in between the time of the scheduling of the appointment in the hospital and being in the office, I wound up talking to lots of different people and going to different healers, different medical personnel. I did energetic acupuncture. I went to, I had massage done. I had energy work done. I had someone tell me why this all happened, because at the time I was still kind of in this period of self-discovery and hadn't fully developed my soul intelligence method. I knew I could shift energy, but I hadn't fully put my method together at that point. So what I did is I enlisted the help of other people. And so what happened? One lady told me, well, this is clear. You need to embrace your divine feminine. I'm like, well, what the heck does that mean? What, should I wear dresses? Do I need to grow my hair out? Do I need to dance? What does that mean, get in touch with my divine feminine? And in essence, what it meant was I needed to start appreciating myself as a woman and not devaluing the fact that I am in physical form as a woman. And I started to research all these incredible female figures in history, going back to like goddesses, like Kali is this goddess of like mass transformation. Sekhmet, she actually has hair like a lioness, and it was Egyptian. Isis was also another really strong figure. People like Joan of Arc, who fought and made sure that even though they were leading people, and a lot of our leaders in ancient times were women. And so I started to embrace the fact that, hey, I can be a woman and I can be incredible in business, and I don't have to suppress that side of myself. And so I started to do that work and really focused on it. So the cool thing is, by the time I got the conical biopsy done, I had done all this work, and I had the belief that it was going to be gone. I actually had a really good friend of mine who also is an energy worker and an incredible therapist herself. She said to me, she goes, by the time you go in the hospital, it's going to be gone. I went, okay, I'm going to hold that belief, and I'm going to do all the inner work to support that. So I'll never forget the OBGYN's face when she came out to see me, and she said, she looked really confused. She goes, we must have cut all of it out because it's gone. I went, yeah, maybe we did. So working on the energetic level in addition to the physical level helps you heal completely and holistically. So I had that experience, I realize now, because I needed to understand the power of energy, the power of our mind, and the power of our emotions. So how trapped emotions, they always affect your mind, your body, and ultimately your soul. So my method actually is a painless way to lift all of these things up and out of the body. That's one of the coolest things. You don't have to go to therapy and like relive it and have to cry it up and out or scream it up and out, right? And say it over and over again. Essentially, my method allows us to create this sacred space where I'm open to your energy and being able to hold that space and allow the things to shift up and out of the body that are for your best and highest good. And that's how I ask things to move. Because again, energy has to move. It has to go somewhere. Once it's created, you can't destroy it. So you have to transmute it into something else, something good. So I have so many examples of all the types of people that I've helped in my book. And a lot of the people I've helped are actually functional medicine doctors themselves. And there's a lot of those stories in my book as well. But also being referred to their patients. And I always kid with them and say, oh, sure, you always give me your hot mess patients. Well, the truth is we're all a hot mess because we're all these emotional beings. As much as we try and deny that, that's truly what guides us. And if we decide to not address those emotions, that's when things get stuck in the body and cause disease, dysfunction, or dissonance in the frequency. So speaking of that, I happen to be here at the World of Wellness today where we do chiropractic support, where you can get a biomechanical adjustment, right? Moving those bones back in place, unpinching nerves so that the blood begins to flow and the body can begin to function more in alignment. I do the same thing on an energetic level. It's a bioenergetic adjustment, which essentially means we shift all of this stuff up and out of the body that you've been holding in your cells so that you can start to get back in touch with your soul intelligence and feel better. So when I work in conjunction with a functional medicine doctor or like a chiropractor, I have MDs that I work with, nurse practitioners, every kind of healthcare professional that you can think of. When we partner together, imagine the healing that takes place. They're helping them on the physical to take whatever nutraceuticals the body needs in order to start producing the right function in the body. And I work on the energetic level so they can heal completely. When we think about how much mental illness has come to the forefront in our country since COVID, it is a big crisis. And one of our doctors, Dr. Lambransowitz, who spoke yesterday for us on Alzheimer's, talked about how the number one disease in our country that has surpassed cardiovascular issues, which has been number one for years, is now brain injury, brain diseases like Alzheimer's, like autism, like dementia, all of these things. And what is that? It's the swelling in the brain, right? A lot of inflammation in the brain primarily. But how do we address that? What do we do on the physical? And how many people suffer from depression? So think about that, depression being the emotion that is associated with all of this dysfunction within the body. That's an area where soul intelligence can help. We can get to the root cause of what's causing that depression. Because if you think about it, if you're only fixing something on the physical level, that's when you get a chronic condition and you get these bounce back visits to the doctor because you fix one thing and then something else goes wrong. So soul intelligence works to get to the root cause. What is that underlying emotion, self-limiting belief, old pattern, stuckness that needs to come up and out of the body? So I had a client that came to me with chronic back pain, okay, that in spite of massage and chiropractic wouldn't resolve. So obviously there was something there energetic that she was holding in her body. And we uncovered that she had this unresolved guilt that was tied to a past relationship. So when we released that guilt, her pain disappeared. So the emotions that we carry often show up in like really unexpected ways. So let's try something else, okay? I want you to close your eyes. Just shutting down one of your senses sometimes can really get you to focus inward. So close your eyes. Let's just take a few deep breaths. Just follow your breath in and out for a moment. Maybe allow the shoulders to drop away from your ears slightly. Allow your jaw to become slack. And I want you to feel into your body. Think of a situation that's been weighing on you. Something that's been challenging, you haven't been able to resolve yet. And notice where you feel it in your body. Is it in your heart, the chest area? Is it in your stomach? Perhaps you have a little something going on in your shoulders. Now just breathe into that spot. and feel as though it's a cloud lifting off of you with every exhale. Just breathe into it. Allow that to shift, loosen a little bit. So, what did you notice in that simple exercise? Where was the weight within your body? Did it shift a little bit? Did it lighten just a little bit? Did it break up just a little bit? One of the things that I explore in my book is the correlation between the physical, mental, and emotional bodies in particular. And the place where most of our emotions start from, where we feel them the most, is in our stomach. If you think about it, something goes wrong, right? It's like a punch in the gut, like you feel it in your stomach. And most of our functional medicine doctors will start treating people in the stomach first, right? They try and heal what's going on in the gut. There's so much that goes on in the gut. As a matter of fact, when we talk about depression, believe it or not, more serotonin is produced in the gut than in the brain. So if your gut's off, there is definitely this gut-brain connection. And my friend and colleague, Dr. Len Brantzowitz, talks a lot about the gut-brain connection. But if you think about what the stomach does, the physical function in the body, it is a place where you store food and process food. It is a place where we store emotions and process emotions or not. And that's why so much of what's going on with us starts in our stomach. So if we can start treating the stomach and the gut area physically and then focus on what emotions have been stuffed there, you're going to have a great experience and be able to clear those things quickly. So trapped emotions can manifest themselves as stress, as tension, or ultimately illness. So if you think about the emotions that you have stuffed in your body, we do this on a regular basis, a daily basis. And so I actually clear myself on a regular basis. And I thought I might do a mini session for us right now. How about that? Does anybody have any leftover stuff from sitting around the table with their families at Thanksgiving? Anything that came up? We talk about, especially at this time of year, the stress around the holidays, the stress of getting together with people we don't see very often, what that brings up for us, in childhood, right? And that you wind up reliving as a grown-up at the table. Things like being stressed out about holiday shopping, right? And trying to get all the gifts and the presents and how am I going to get all this done? Or the cooking, or making sure that everything that you have to do on a regular basis gets done in addition to all the holiday decorating and preparations. So we tend to experience stress at this time. Some people experience stress around the holidays because the people that they love are no longer here in the physical with them, right? And so sometimes the holidays are tough. People that are experiencing, splits in their families and having to go to one place or another place or multiple places because we're not all together. So the holidays can bring up an awful lot of stress. So I'm going to share with you my method, and I'm actually going to do a mini session so that you can experience it. And if you want, you can go to my website and sign up to be on my email list and experience a free session the first Wednesday of every month. I do a free group session online, and you are welcome to join in. You just need to be on the email list, and the website is soulintelligencemethod.com. That's soulintelligencemethod.com, and I'm sure Phil can put this up in the notes, in the chat. Okay, great, thank you. So if you're interested, you can sign up for that. I typically also do, open that up for all of our Nutritional Frontiers and World of Wellness clients. This is for everybody that wants to experience a session, and I typically do it based on a theme. Because when I'm doing a group session, I have to pick a collective theme to focus on, as opposed to an individual where it's very personalized. And I can even go into what happened to cause the stuck emotion to occur, right? So whether that's a person, a place, a time, all of those things. The specifics actually come up when I work one-on-one. But when I'm doing a group session, I typically do it on a theme, and I just ask that anybody that's participating now or later experiences the shift. And because we're all energy, right, you will experience the shift. You will experience something, even if it's subtle, if you don't notice it immediately. And that's the coolest thing. Like, I can't explain to you how I'm coming through to you right now via the internet and that I'm out there on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, or wherever you're watching me right now. But I know it happens, and it's an energy transference. It's the same thing as music. I can't see it, but I can hear it and feel the vibration in my body. So you're going to hear this, feel this, and experience this on an energetic level. So are you ready? All right. The best part of my method is you don't have to do anything. You actually just get to receive, which is one of the coolest things. And the fact that you're showing up and you're watching us right now, that's all you have to do. So I think that's the best part of my method. All right. So just get comfortable. You don't have to do anything other than that. And I'm going to try and do this so that I don't mess up Phil's wonderful microphone here. Okay, I think I got it, Phil. I think I did it. He's like, what? Do you need a bigger table? I'm like, probably do. All right, one sip. Okay, I'm going to hand that to my lovely assistant. Thank you. All righty. So what I want you to do is to just sit back in your chair or on the couch or the bed or wherever you're watching me from, and I want you to get really comfortable. I want you to close your eyes. Let's just get quiet, go within. Let's shut down all those distractions. I want you to breathe into the center of your chest and just focus on your breath for a minute. I want you to see that spark of divine white light within you, your soul. That's where it resides, in your heart space. I just want you to see that start to glow and grow and expand with every breath. I want you to allow your shoulders to drop away from your ears. Allow your jaw to become slightly slack. With every breath, I want you to see that white light start to glow and grow and expand, moving beyond your chest, into your torso, between the top of your head and below your feet. Allow that light to move beyond your physical body. Really take up space in the room. Allow that to be a gentle reminder to yourself that you are truly a powerful spiritual being having a human experience. And call all that energy back into your physical body and see that light form a column of light, starting at the base of your spine, moving up into your hips, in your stomach, your chest, and your throat, moving up to your eyebrows, your third eye, the crown of your head, and then see that light extend just beyond your head, about 12 inches above your head. That's where your higher self resides. That's what's called the 12th gate, the 12th chakra. And your higher self is that wise being that is so proud of how far you've come and is so excited about the journey that still lies ahead. And make a heart-to-heart connection with that being. And see your light continue to move beyond, up into the sky, past the sun, in the atmosphere, past the moon, the stars, moving deeper still into the universe, past the planets, until you find the most brilliant white light you've ever seen. Just merge with that light. Allow that light to bathe you completely. And bring all of that light back down through your body. Allow it to go down through your hips, your legs, through your feet, connecting you to the crystalline grid of the earth, connecting us with Mother Nature and Gaia, the nature spirits, all the plant, animal, crystal kingdoms, the dirt, the rocks, the rivers, the oceans, all the creatures that dwell here, going all the way down to the center of the earth, to the lava core, feeling grounded, and bring all of that wonderful grounding energy back up and allow it to commingle in your heart, feeling fully supported both above and below. Let's pray. Individually and collectively, let us connect with the divine Mother, Father, God, Goddess, source of all that is. I ask that we each connect to our individual soul presence, our higher selves, our true original spark of the divine light within each of us, the I am all that I am presence. I humbly request that we also connect to our spiritual teams, our respective soul families, our guides, our guardian angels, archangels, ascended masters, ancient ones, wise ones, ancestors, elders, all star beings, all beings of any kind who are out there that guide and support us, and let they be with us at this time. I also ask that we be connected to Mother Nature, to Gaia, the nature spirits, the Fae, the Devas, the crystal plant and animal kingdoms, the four directions, and the elements of earth, fire, water, air, and ether. Together we acknowledge that we are powerful spiritual beings expressing in human form. We know we are whole and perfect expressions of the divine, and we now accept healing for our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies. Amen. And so it is. The divine and I are one. Please connect to high self and prepare to guide. Please put a triple light shield of unconditional love and light around Kristine Genovese. Please put a triple light shield of unconditional love and light around everyone here at the World of Wellness, any person, plant, or animal who may be near us at this time, and anybody watching live or later. Amen. Might connect to my high self. Might connect to theirs collectively. My spiritual team's operating where they need to be. Show me how my soul's. Where's my ego? Please clear, heal, seal, close, and block with love and light any and all holes in my auric field. Okay. Can I, may I, should I do this session? Got 3 yeses. Okay, today I would like to clear everything that's in everyone's best and highest good for their best and highest timeline, this lifetime timeline dimension, as well as any other. I'm going to ask that if anything needs to move, shift, or clear, that it be immediately sent back to the divine for transmutation back into love and light, unless it's of a lower force nature and it's for everyone's best and highest good, for it to return to the underworld, to restore the balance between dark and light. Amen. And so it is. Please put a triple light shield around all of us here. Okay. Today I would like to clear everything that's causing people holiday stress at all. Anything that needs to move, shift, or clear, so that people can start to feel ease and flow and be more connected to their soul intelligence. Amen. Okay. All right. And that's all there is to it. And I'm going to start to shift some things for us. Please clear illness. Please clear vortexes. That means there's a lot of energy around that. We have plenty of things to help you if you're not feeling well. We've got 3 different immune support formulas that you can come check out from Nutritional Frontiers if you need them. Please clear guilt. Oh, that's a big one at the holidays, right? Please clear vortexes. Please clear vampiric energy. Ever been around somebody that literally sucks the energy out of the room? That's pretty much what that energy is like. Please clear any unconscious negative influences. Please take all the hidden lower level beings separates to where they may be cleared. Please clear all lower level beings, type 1 separates to where they may be cleared. Please clear all type 2 separates. Take them to where they may be cleared. Please clear all lower force being energies, shadow energies, and programs. Please clear the imprint of emotional greed. That's wanting a lot from the people around you. Please clear out lies, liar energy, and false information. Please clear any earthbound souls that are stuck, that need to shift. Okay. Sometimes we hold on to people that have passed on, parts parts of them. And that kind of draws on both of our energies, theirs and ours. Because just because they're not here in physical form doesn't mean that they're not here at all. Please clear the unseen inner archetype. So one of the nice things, like an archetype is a pattern that can repeat. And when an archetype is clear, it's actually supporting us and the work that we do in the world and how we operate in the world. And when an archetype is not clear, then it can be kind of difficult. So when the unseen archetype comes up, it's a pretty cool one, in my opinion. It's just as it sounds, right? We can't see it, yet it sees us, and it's watching and waiting with wisdom that's both kind and instructive. And when the unseen archetype comes up, it means it's encouraging us to connect to the divine presence, whatever that is for you, whether you determine that as God or nature or any other force greater than oneself. And it's the energy of the unseen. It can come in a lot of different forms. It could be a compelling dream, a sudden insight, a clear voice, a vision, or a message from a loved one who's passed on. And it's natural to fear these communications, right? Because they don't happen every day. They challenge our perception of reality. But when this shows, just know that your guides are near and you're being given a message for a reason. And just remember the eternal is always present and the doorway between the worlds is ajar. So listen, right? Get in touch with your soul intelligence. Be open to the messages. And you'll notice in my method, I use both meditation and prayer. Meditation for me is being receptive to receive the messages from the divine, and prayer is the intention I'm putting out to the divine. And that's what I call a presence greater than myself. So when the archetype of the unseen is clear, we can get that wisdom. We can hear that guidance and the whispers. And when it's not clear, like when we have too much stuck, too much emotions, trauma, all of that stuff stuck, we feel very separate. And it's dark looming energy and an unwillingness to forgive. So remember that guidance comes in many forms. It's not always glitter, right, and comfortable. The world of the spirit world really does give us the truth, and we do have the answers all within us. It's just a matter of getting clear enough to be able to hear them. And sometimes those answers are challenging to receive, right? Because often we learn through the rough edges in our life, not always those round corners. But when you're graced by the unseen, it's truly a gift. So embrace it and allow yourself to receive the messages from the divine. So I absolutely love when the unseen archetype comes up in a session because it's the divine really reaching out and asking us to trust the messages that are coming to you. So it's interesting. I had a friend tell me that they had very vivid dreams and they were trying to assess what those were. So that was definitely a message from the divine and their guides. Please clear out any abusive energy that needs to shift. Please clear out arrogant energy that needs to shift from the field. Please clear any bully or tyrant energy out of the field. Please clear controlling energy out of the field. These are all toxic masculine qualities. Please clear anger out of the field. Please clear blaming out of the field. Please clear critical energy out of the field. These are all toxic feminine qualities. Please clear any fake energy out of the field. Please clear clingy energy out of the field. Please clear manipulative energy out of the field. Please clear jealousy out of the field. Please clear cunning or sly information out of the field. Please clear manipulative energy out of the field. Yeah, that's a whole bunch of yuck we all want to get rid of, right? I definitely want to get rid of any of that that's hanging around me. All right. I'm going to our self-limiting belief chart, and these things tend to be a little bit sticky. Please clear the self-limiting belief, I'm not lovable. Please clear the lifetime, please clear the program, please remove it from the body, mind, and soul records, and please burn, root, branch, and seed into infinity from the point of origin as if it never was, on all levels soul consciousness. Please do it for this lifetime, timeline, dimension, as well as any other. Strike it from the Akashic records, pull it from the back of our hearts. Include rebuilding mirror images and replications, clearing it all the way down to the cellular level, erasing it from the cellular memory for all times, always. Amen. And so it is. Please clear the self-limiting belief, I'm not accepted. Please clear the lifetime. Please clear the program. Please remove from the body, mind, and soul records. And please burn, branch, and seed into infinity from the point of origin as if it never was on all levels of consciousness. Please do it for this lifetime, timeline, dimension, as well as any other. Strike it from the Akashic records. Pull it from the back of our hearts. Include rebuilding mirror images and replications, clearing it all the way down to the cellular level, erasing it from the cellular memory for all times, always. Amen. And so it is. Please clear the self-limiting belief, I don't belong. Please clear the lifetime. Please clear the program. Please remove from the body, mind, and soul records. And please burn, root, branch, and seed into infinity from the point of origin as if it never was on all levels of consciousness. Please do it for this lifetime, timeline, dimension, as well as any other. Strike it from the Akashic records. Pull it from the back of our hearts. Include rebuilding mirror images and replications, clearing it all the way down the cellular level, erasing them from the cellular memory for all times, always. Amen. And so it is. Please clear the self-limiting belief, I'm powerless. Please clear the lifetime. Please clear the program. Please remove from the body, mind, and soul records. And please burn, root, branch, and seed into infinity from the point of origin as if it never was on all levels of consciousness. Please do it for this lifetime, time, and dimension, as well as any other. Strike it from the Akashic records. Pull it from the back of our hearts. Include rebuilding mirror images and replications, clearing it all the way down to the cellular level, erasing it from the cellular memory for all times, always. Amen. And so it is. Woo. I'm almost a little dizzy after that one. Wow. So just keeping in mind, self-limiting beliefs are form after typically we have repetitive thoughts that over and over and over again, and they wind up clouding the way we view the world, right? If you don't feel lovable, you're going to attract partners into your life who don't make you feel loved, right? If you feel like you don't belong, you're going to continue to bring situations into your life and manifest those situations into your life where you don't feel like you belong or you're accepted. And a lot of times those feelings do come up, right, when we get around the dinner table, especially with relatives we haven't seen for a while, if you don't have an open relationship with people. So that would be something to just kind of keep in mind, right? Beliefs also come as a result of trauma and not being able to change a situation, feeling helpless in a situation. All right, we're going to clear out a few more things, and then I'm going to download some good stuff. Please clear blocks to being analytical. Please clear blocks to being responsible. Please clear blocks to being focused. Please clear blocks to being confident. Please clear blocks to being passionate. Please clear blocks to being peaceful. Please clear blocks to being compassionate, especially to ourselves at this time. And that's a really big thing to remember. You know, I think at the holidays, we're usually focused on everyone else, right? What gifts we need to get, preparations we need to make, all these outward things. We really need to remember to take care of ourselves, right? Because when we're depleted, we don't have much left for anybody else. So I would highly encourage some really good self-care, especially at this time of year. I'm a big fan all the time, but especially now, because we tend to be last on the list. All right, I'm going to ask that we download power, love, light, wisdom, and understanding to our bodies and energy bodies for our best and highest good. Okay, is there anything here? So I have charts to download good things that we might need, everything from like Bach flower remedies to a nutritional frontiers formula that might support you. You know, sometimes we get support from, you know, different crystals and stones because they emit different energy that can be supportive to us. Sometimes there are ancient, wise beings on the other side that want to hang out with us. I know a lot of my Christian friends call on Jesus and others. You know, so there's lots of different things that we can ask for support on. I have a career and work chart. I've got nutrition, health, and wellness charts. Please download the best for everyone, especially spiritual support and meditation at this time. Please download the best in natural healing therapies. So things that are a little more, you know, supportive in the natural world. That could be something as simple as a massage, red light therapy, chiropractic, all kinds of things. Please download the best of physical healing to our bodies and energy bodies. Please give the physical healing down at the cellular level. Please help our mitochondria. Apparently, we're a little tired. We need a little zhuzh. Please clear all of our body systems for our best and highest good. Please download the best of change and freedom to our bodies and energy bodies. You know, I think most of us think, you know, We kind of, life just happens to us when life is really happening for us. And we create it. We co-create it with the divine. Please download all positive energies, emotions, and thoughts. So the good news is, if your life isn't exactly the way you want it to be, you do have the power to change it. All right, anything else? Okay, please conclude this session and finalize all details. Does my high self agree all is complete? Okay. Thank you so much to the divine of all that is. Thank you to all the unseen beings who are always here guiding us, supporting us, and loving us. Thank you so much for this gift of healing and the ability to fulfill my life purpose by sharing the power of soul intelligence with others. Amen. And so it is. So that is just a little taste of what a soul intelligence session might be for you. Obviously, this is a group session and not as specific when I work with an individual. When we get to an individual level, I'm able to, like I said, get a little bit more in detail about different situations that happen. So if you're still wondering a little bit more about what I do and how I do it and how I partner, I do have my book, Healing Through Soul Intelligence, that's available here at the World of Wellness today in Pittsburgh. If you happen to be in the area, I would love to meet you, and I'd be happy to sign your book copy for you as well. I also have my book available for those of you who are online on Amazon. If you want to order a physical book, it is also available in Kindle, and just this week, I had the Audible version released. And what's neat about the book is that there's actual exercises at the end of each chapter for you to do. So you can start to experience a little bit of soul intelligence work on your own, in addition to what I can do or my practitioners can do for you. Because as you can imagine, my schedule is bananas, as my friend Melinda loves to hear me say. And so I can't meet with everybody who wants to meet with me personally, but I do have practitioners on my website who can also do sessions that are trained in my method. So if you feel called to learn more about the method, you either want to experience a session, you want to learn how to do this because you're a healer or a coach that wants to add this modality to their practice, or a healthcare professional that wants to add this into their wellness center. I have a school. It's an online school where you can actually learn the method in a few months, where I do weekly coaching as well to help support you. So if you're interested in learning about any of those things, you can go to my website at soulintelligencemethod.com. And again, I hope that if you are in the area that you will stop by and see me. And just remember, healing doesn't always have to be hard. It can be gentle and graceful and transformative. I want you to think about one thing that you're going to take away from today, whether that was you just felt relaxed during the session, or you felt something shift, or you're going to choose a word of the year that you're going to focus on, that you want to manifest and bring into your life. But I highly encourage you to experience soul intelligence for yourself. Either, like I said, doing a healing by reading the book. I've been told actually when you hear my voice, it feels like an actual healing that you're getting as you listen to the Audible. So that's pretty exciting. And I hope I get the opportunity to share with you in person again. Please join us at the World of Wellness. We're doing all kinds of great, providing great free education here in person and online all day today. You can come in, enjoy some of our wonderful formulations. We've got shakes that we're making, healthy treats that are available to you. Lunch, we've got free consultations for people who are looking to fix something that's gone wrong in the physical. We'll be happy to share our wisdom and help you have some protocols to heal. And again, if you're interested in learning more about the Soul Intelligence Method, I'll be here all day signing books and happy to share with you. So until next time, I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of their weekend, and that you take some time out for self